Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. So I've started this video and I've done this, I have a few clips and I think I'm going to start it from the beginning and because I just got too confused. So I'm going to show you what we're making, and I did do a few signatures and I'll do another one with you. So we're going to create this journal, and it's kind of cool because when you open it, it lays flat. And this is one of Treasure Book's videos. And when I went to Anne's house a couple weeks ago, my husband went this time, and our husbands hung out, which was a lot of fun. They had fun, a great time together, and so did we. So this is what I made, and I really like the concept of it. And I'm not so good at doing the Coptic binding, or I shouldn't say I'm not so good. I should say more, I don't have the patience as much as I wanted to. So Anne's like, why don't you try this? I said, all right, I'll try that. So I pulled a few pages that we can work on, and I want to make a smaller one, like a half size. So we're going to work on that. Let's see what I have here. We'll do... Let me figure what we're going to do with the paper first. So I took some of the pages that kind of are messed up, and we can use that. Oops. Huh. Mess it up more. So I'm just going to make a bunch of pages first. Let me look through my... And I'm hoping it works out. I've only done it with the same size papers, but if I had to, I could swap around some papers. So, because I think it might be hard to match up the other page to this. So I'll have to go through and peek. So like I said, I'm going to do a small one. We'll see how it comes out. I'm thinking of making some homemade paper, and I think I'll put that into a homemade paper pile. But then, I don't know if you're like me, you're going to have a huge pile, and a year from now, you're going to wonder what you were saving them for. We'll just fold this back. Look at the writing on that. So pretty. Half of these, I don't even know where they came from. put that, well, it still might be a little, might need to be folded some more. Let's fold this one like that. Inward, inwards. Grab this. I don't like when they stand out like that. Again, I'm not trying to coordinate these really in any way, but most of these are Anne's digitals, and I find that her digitals tend to all coordinate together to begin with. So I'll put this like that, and I'll probably go through and regroup them. And I need one for the outside. Let's see. Let's try this. I don't even know where. This is Anne's or whose it is. So this you're going to want as your inside, and you want a blank on your outside. So what I try to do is make sure these are really folded down nice. And then you're going to stitch these. So you're going to have two separate signatures. And then what we're going to do is we're going to glue, and this is where I'm not sure if this is going to work, because they're different, say different sizes. So I might have to cut that down because it's going to look funny. But let's give it a try. And I might need to find something that's more the same size. And I kind of like the concept. And I thought, I wonder if I could do it with pages that are different sizes. And I like to create the smaller journals. I mean, the big ones are fun too, but I do like to create the smaller ones. So what I did is I went through my drawer and pulled out a few really pretty papers that I had. And I thought, I'm just going to kind of rearrange the ones I have here and put together a signature for all you. And I'm thinking I might use this bag somehow for the outside of it. So let's do that. So I have these, and I figured I could pull some apart. Or you know what? Why don't we'll create another signature. We'll just add another signature to it. And so I'm thinking this probably is the best direction to do this. And I'm going to tear it here. So I have a whole other piece left to use. And I like to, as you know, tear and create some fun edges. And for our first page, excuse me, you really want a page that you really don't care about, because we're going to be gluing these pages together after, oops, we're going to be gluing these after we stitch them. And I really like this pink because it has gold. And let's add this to it. Which direction? Now we'll do it this way. I have a new camera set up. Ooh, you know what? Comes with a light. You guys tell me if you see a difference when I add the light. And so far, I really like it. And I will leave it in the comments what I'm using. The light is attached to the holder. And I've tried so many, and so far I have to say this one is my absolute favorite. But I'm going to do this the opposite way. And let's take a piece of this. I like the noise. And that might be, I wonder if it's going to be a little too big. Well, we can trim it down. You know what? So it's been horrible weather here. A week ago, it was almost 90 degrees, and yesterday, now this is unheard of, Mount Washington had 6 inches of snow. And it's been raining and cold and just really, really miserable here. So that really puts a damper on people's travel plans, and yeah, it's not so appealing. Again, I'll do it this direction, and I'll do it a little longer so I can make my tear. And I'm hoping it gets warmer. I'm kind of concerned because we planted our garden figuring we were safe, but now I don't know if we're safe in the safe zone or not. So we can hope. And I've been so busy. I've been helping my daughter. She's been working a lot because she's having the baby, and it'll be our first granddaughter after 5 grandsons. So as you can imagine, we're pretty excited about that. At least I am. My husband says the bank account is not going to be happy. But kind of tired of buying trucks, so I'm kind of excited about this. And I will be in the delivery room with her. And the last time she had a cesarean, it wasn't by anything her body couldn't do. It was actually the baby had a 2-vessel cord, and if we found out after he was born that if she did deliver, she would have hemorrhaged to death, and the baby could have died. And the doctor still, or the midwife, came out and was like really shocked. They were great. And said to me, I have no idea how this child survived because the cord was barely hanging on. So I thought, geez. So he is our miracle child. And what a sweet boy he is, let me tell you. All of my grandsons are so sweet, but that's something only a Mimi could say. And you guys have grandkids? Let me know about them. Brag below in the comments. I love hearing about the kids. They're just so funny, the things they say and do. In fact, we talked to the other ones, our other boys, on FaceTime, because we're about an hour and a half away from them, so I don't get to see them a lot. And my son with the 3 boys is so busy with the oldest, who will be, I can't believe it, 11, with football and baseball, and then now the 4-year-old is doing t-ball. So they're really busy, and they FaceTimed us because I bought the youngest, little Nolan, a cute, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. I think it's called Tonie Box or something. And it's all music. And oh my gosh, the kid was dancing. It was so cute. I loved it. And So that was what we ended up doing. And now the other one, his birthday's coming up. They're all like together. It's kind of weird. And I'm hoping that, I think I'm going to buy him a Tonie Box too. They're really cute. If you ever have the opportunity to check it out, check it out. They're really cute. I'll put the link below. And, you know, it's not TV, which is nice because the kids tend to be on TV a lot. And my son actually is very strict and doesn't let his kids watch too much TV. Very strict, actually. So this is great. They'll have their music and they won't be playing around with their parents' Alexa. And it tells stories and does a few different things. Plays games, actually, too. So this way they'll have their own boxes to play with and not fight over. So the summer's going to be pretty busy because I'm going to be helping. At least my son-in-law works for Big Pharma, and they give him 3 months off. So he's pretty fortunate, and so is my daughter. But, you know, it's going to be a big adjustment. I don't want that to go there because that'll end up gluing to that. It's going to be a big adjustment for little Leo. And he isn't even 2 yet. He'll be 2 the end of June, and the baby is due the beginning. So it's going to be a crazy time for that household. So I'm not going to leave this as my centerpiece. That's what I'll do. This will look good up against that. So I think I'll put this one as my centerpiece. And I'm not even going to bother counting, how many I have, because I don't think it's really going to matter. So there we go. I have these, and I just don't know how this is going to play out because it is a lot smaller. But I'm wondering what my husband's doing in there. I can hear him. If I can just try to make that work as maybe the first page. So next we sew the signatures in. And you don't have to watch me to do that. And after you sew your signatures in, if you're going to jump ahead, because you want to measure, see that line right there? You want to take maybe a pencil. I don't have one in front of me. Let's see. Or a pen or something. And you want to create an invisible line that's about probably 1/4 inch. And you want to do both sides because you want to remember you're not going to glue here. You're not going to glue here on every single one of these. You want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create my pamphlet stitch. And then I'm going to figure out how I'm going to incorporate this. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this so it's a pocket. And I'm going to play around with this a little bit. See, if I do this as a closure, I'm not going to have much space to fill it, but it sure would be cute if I did something. But with these, I like to really secure them. So what I might end up doing is adding fabric over it. I'm not sure yet. So this has taken me, gosh, a month to finish this video, and I apologize, guys. I was down actually for a week with a middle ear infection and vertigo. I am still not 100%, but I'm feeling much better. So what I did when I was down is I stitched these, and it doesn't matter where you stitch them because you'll see why once I'm done. So next thing we need to do is we're going to glue. So I think, so you don't lose your spot on where we're gluing, you're going to pencil in here, and I'll show you. Excuse the sun. I'm directly in the sun, and It's really strong today. It's a beautiful day in New Hampshire. Okay, so what we're going to do, and you're not going to see this, and you'll see why in a bit. Let me grab my ruler. I need a small ruler. Okay. All right, now that I'm organized. So we just want to take just a little bit, like right here, let's say just a little, and you want to do the first of each page. So that's probably not even an inch, quarter of an inch maybe. You want to just draw your line. Whoops. And it doesn't even have to be exact. You just want to be able to know that you're not supposed to go beyond that line when you're adding glue. This method actually, it's not as difficult as I'm making it. It's just, it's taken me too long to put this out for you guys. So I'm ready to launch. Whoops. Oh boy. No mistakes, right? We'll go and cover that with something. Tape, maybe. Washi tape. I'm ready to launch a new digital. And I just need to do a few finishing touches, and I will launch it. It'll be easier if I had it on this side. I'm telling you, I'm still not all there. So my son and his family came to visit for my son's 35th birthday. Eeks! And when he came, I'm a retired massage therapist. And anytime my kids come, they tend to say they have, oh, this hurts or that hurts, Mom. Can you give me a massage? So my son came and he was really hurting. He says, I can't move my neck and my back's killing me. I said, geez, what, do you sleep on it wrong? I don't know, Mom. So I worked on it for him. And the next day he comes and he says, Ma, will you look at this rash? It seems to be growing. Wouldn't you know? I said to him, you get to urgent care. That looks like Lyme disease. So on their way home, they stopped at urgent care, and he is on a hefty course of antibiotics for Lyme disease. So the moral of my story is, if you're in an area that has Lyme disease, even if you're not outside a lot, check each other every night. Because if you have animals tend to bring it in, and it's bad this year in New Hampshire, really bad. I don't know if it is for you guys, but man, my husband, he comes in with them on him, and he's outside a lot. So now I'm just checking to make sure we have these all going in the direction we want them to. So you want to double check and put them all going in the right direction. Make sure, I think it goes this way. And then, let's do this as our first. So that's good. So you're going to take your first one, and what you're going to do, whoops, is you're going to glue the top of this one. Now, again, I'm not 100% sure this is going to even work, because I'll use my other. Because the pages are all different sizes. I wanted to kind of test it and see. Do you guys have a problem with these? I can't think of that glue. Art glitter glue? Drives me crazy. See, now it's all coming out dark. I need to get a new art glitter glue bottle, I think. That's not going to work. I've got to totally figure out a way. Any ideas? Because my bottle gets all messed up and yeah. So when you add this, you want to be really sure that you're kind of close to this line, but you do not want to go over that line. And you want to get your edges so they glue down. So now what we're going to do is we're going to position this right on top the way we want it. And I need to be super careful because my cover pages are not the same page, same size, I mean. So if you can see, we have a gap here, and that's what we want. Let's just make sure I've attached these. I think they seem to be okay. And this one is smaller, so I'm going to glue this down. And what I'm doing is taking the smallest one because I have them different sizes. I'm an over gluer, guys. So you want to take this and put this just right on top. So again, this one is a lot smaller than this one. So let's just go ahead and glue this. And I'm hoping that we don't run into a problem. You just got to be super careful. And I already just noticed, I think I could run into a problem with this one. So what I'm going to do, if you see it's a little longer in the corner, shorter in the corner. You could even add something to that corner if you really wanted to. I could take, if I want, and add just a piece of this. Let's see if we can do that. I'm just playing, guys. This is the first time I've done it all different sizes. So let's just kind of stick that there. And that'll make it so it doesn't stick. Now I'm hoping, let's make sure that we're not running into that problem. And I think we are a little bit here. So again, these are the two pages, and I think what I'm going to do, let's just do this. And I can deal with that after, and how I'm going to do this. I can trim it, I can do it, and it actually kind of looks kind of cute, a little different. Corner piece up there. What can we add up there? Let's just add a piece of pink. And it may look horrible. I don't know. I don't like that. Now I want to go and make sure. Let's see, where's the other one that we did? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, we got a little problem. So we're going to figure out these problems as we go. I don't want these sticking like they are to this. And there's our problem right there. And my plan is to add laces and stuff, so you won't even see that on there. And heck, we could even, if I really wanted to. All right, now we're going to go to this next one right here. So, oh, that's the last one, actually. This one is smaller. Let's see if we're going to run into the same problem. Again, look at this. It's all coming out, this glue. Glue problems. So we're going to put that right on top. So it should look like this. In fact, I think I want, yeah, that's all right. I was going to make it so that was more in the middle, but that'll do. All right, now let's see what we have here. So we have everything going, hopefully in the right direction. Oh, we're still sticking. And if I really wanted to, I could actually just trim that. So it's, anybody that rides a motorcycle, it is Laconia Bike Week. So it's pretty crazy up here. And we actually have, oh, I did that, that's right. I think, does it look like there's more than there should be attached? No. We have an Airbnb attached to our house, and I am almost booked the whole summer. I have one weekend left and a few midweek spots. So that's our second year doing it. And I don't know, the people come and tell you they come in for 6 days. I don't know if they're going to Bike Week or not. So last year we had bikers come and they brought a trailer and brought their bikes with them and went. We're not wicked close but to Laconia, but people really like the ride. When we rode, Gary and I rode motorcycle a while back until we had our bad motorcycle accident and decided it was time to give it up. We loved going from here. There's a lot of beautiful back roads, and those of you that know New Hampshire, it's gorgeous here. So I think we have this pretty well put together. And then our next thing we're going to do, and I might break these up into separate videos. I thought of trying to turn this bag somehow into the cover. And I think that actually fits perfect. But I think this part, I think I'll put on the outside. And this, where this little lip is, I'll put on the inside. And I can always add paper on there too, which I might do. There. So see, you're not going to see the inside of this when I'm done, because it's going to be attached to here. So we're going to go to make this into, I think, a few parts, because it's going to be kind of long. So I'll be back with the next part, hopefully sooner than before. Also, I'm getting some more French orders in. I'm really stocking up this summer, so keep your eyes open. And also, I have a bunch of just leftover odds and ends in my French cabinets. And I'm going to be listing those, and I'm kind of purging some of my personal things. So keep your eyes out. I'm hoping to have a lot of stuff up within the next couple of weeks. Oh, and my daughter's due, so I might be, I'm going in the delivery room with her, so I might not be around. She's due in 3 weeks, but I think, I don't know, she's looking to looking at possibly going early. We'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching. You guys have a fantastic day. Bye-bye for now.